Hey guys, what up, cousins?
What's going on?
So as you guys can tell by the topic, this is another serious topic or a topic that can help some people out. Of course, this is a topic that we feel like this is how we are going to handle things. Of course, we're not at the point where we are, or are we? Have we?
I think we're at the point, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So if you guys read the topic, we're going to talk about, our decision and the way we are decided to come out to our daughter.
So for me, the biggest part of it that I think about is growing up. Like, I didn't grow up with my biological father, but there was never a conversation that my mom sat down and was like, surprise. So it was something that was seamless. And I think about that with my child. Like, we're growing her and grooming her and giving her so many tools for her to use in her toolbox, so many life lessons, that it's not going to be a point where we sit her down and we're saying, hey, we're gay.
Right.
Because she's going to know what that is and what love is through all of our interactions and the lessons that we teach her every day.
Correct. Because I think right now, it does start from the initial process with us raising her as young as she is now. So Jamilla and I still show affection to each other around her. We kiss around her. She does this cute little thing, if Jamilla and I kisses, what does she do? She just goes.
She just stares and then she laughs and then she gets in the middle of it, waiting for her kiss.
Right. And then, but sometimes we're really goofy too. We kiss her, we're like, So we'll do that to each other. So I think that's just very important to, show your child love and affection on how it's going to be in their household.
And it just makes me think, because I use a lot of course, my childhood to think about raising my child, because my parents are also in an interracial relationship. And fun fact, I didn't know that until someone told me.
And that's how it really is.
That's how it is. So Harper's not going to get any kind of indication that that some people think this is wrong until she's perhaps in school, or God forbid, a family member or something tells her. To her, this is her normal. This is all that she knows. So it's not going to be until that daycare, that kindergarten, that middle school time period where other children are going to be pointing out these differences to her.
So I think as parents, we kind of have to prepare our children, let them know, have conversations that, hey, your best friend has a mom and a dad. Your other best friend has two dads. Mm-hmm. Your other best friend has a trans dad. Just different. Just let them know that heterosexual is not the norm anymore. It's not, okay?
There are a whole lot of normals. Normal looks a lot of different ways, because her normal is not only two moms, is a mom and a dad.
Right. So she, for me, I was raised, so for me, I would think my normal was more so my mom raising me and my grandparents. And that's just different from what people think that a man and a woman have to. A lot of us were raised by our moms and our grandparents. Mm-hmm. And that was our normal. So it's just no difference based on the gender, the gender in the household. So I think we have to open up and let our kids know about how your household is and how everyone else's household is going to be different. But be secure in knowing that because yours is not like Billy down the street, that you have less of a life than he does.
And I think it's also not something that only same-sex parents have to take on. I think parents that are that have a mother and a father in the household, the same way you teach your children about race, you honestly, because your child is going to be encountering other families, that I think it's good to start teaching them about how other families look, and that is inclusive of race and sexual orientation.
I agree. Because we can kind of eliminate as parents a lot of the bullying and stuff that's going around by just having simple conversations like, hey, such and such has two moms, that's totally cool. They're loved, they're setting a good example for their kid. That's all that matters. Really overall, that's the biggest picture. Long as we're displaying love, who cares what their family looks like? Mm-hmm. Long as the kid is being provided for, they're getting education at their need, look, I'm cool. I'm totally cool. So I think if more people are more open-minded and just discuss, hey, there are so many different ways that your family can be created.
So then to set up a scenario, because I feel like this situation has a high probability of happening, where Harper or your child comes home from school upset because someone has said something to them.
Right. Or called your mom gay or your dad a faggot, which I hate that word.
Just extremely derogatory terms have said, oh, okay, you're weird, your family's weird, your situation's weird, you're weird, I'm not talking to you because you have 2 moms, you have a whole lot of parents, you got a lot of situations going on. So how do you handle that?
And I think a lot of it starts from now, like
yes,
the conversations. But for me, like coming home to that, you know, of course, calming your child down, let them know that kid is an asshole, and that you know, they're just kind of they lack the intelligence of knowing the differences. And you know, instead of getting upset, let them know like, hey, yeah, I do have 2 moms, but guess what? My 2 moms love me.
And I think I've been I've been listening to podcast Jesus and Jalop, and you haven't totally listened to it, but they talk about how you have a toolbox, and you have a toolbox of lessons learned and everything that you've learned in life, and also vocabulary. You have the tools to shape situations into words, and I think that's a great skill we have to give all of our children. But starting now, we want to give Harper the tools in her toolbox so that when she encounters someone that's completely adverse to what her lifestyle is, that she can describe her situation, her life, and her family, so it educates that child, because that child's going to go home and tell their parents, and
right.
You know, if I find out about the situation, I'm gonna be talking to their parents, so it's gonna be like, you know, school for everyone.
That's true. And it's not, and I understand, like, I can look at it on both perspectives. If you don't believe in same sex, why would you tell your kid about it, and this, and that? Even if you don't agree with it, it's real life. This is 2019. There are same sex marriages and families, so regardless if you agree with it or not, teach your kids. Let them know. I mean, you don't even have to put the negative connotation on it or how you feel. Because I think a lot of the stuff with the negative feelings around same sex comes from religion, and also a lot of things that we're saying within our household. Because I remember like hearing my dad use the word faggot, you know, being taught to like love and treat everybody equally on my mom's side. I know that, hey, that's just some ignorant stuff right there.
I really agree with that it starts just from day one. And even thinking about, even if you don't want to teach your child same sex or same sex relationships, it's honestly everywhere in the media. It's a very a trendy topic that when you look at all shows, there is a character, like I think of even Black Lightning. So like a show that doesn't have to deal with sexual orientation, that's really about this black superhero. One of his daughters is in a same-sex relationship. Right. And the show Rosewood, which is about teenagers, has a character that I believe is attracted to both men and women. So you have these shows where the theme of the show isn't even about who you love or love wins, but shows are starting to seamlessly add these characters in their storyline, so your child is going to see that.
Right, and these kind of support you and make these conversations a little easier because they see it on TV, and I'm glad that we're getting more representation on television, because for the people who may not be in a same-sex relationship or have friends that can be the example, these shows, you can look on TV and see that they exist.
And thinking about more, like I watched Pretty Little Liars, and I remember you were the one who said you were watching it one time and you were like, there's a gay character on here, and I don't want to say for no reason, but it really is relatable. Right. Charmed, I don't watch Charmed, but I remember watching a commercial and one of the characters seemed like she was flirting with another girl, and it honestly made me want to watch. I said, oh, this is pretty interesting, and I want to be supportive of these storylines.
And I don't know if the episode aired, or I know it was talks around even Dr. McStuffin was going to have like a 2-mom or a 2-dad type of situation in their show too, just for like one episode. So I mean, I think it's very creative. It's like she said, it's relative. So I mean, it should be easy to have these. So for us, coming out the gate, like I said, we always show affection to each other. We're gonna have a lot of conversations with Harper because our family dynamics are very unique. There are a lot of things that she's gonna know about. Yes, I have 2 moms. I have a dad. I carried her. You didn't carry her, but I have another sister that you carry. Like how we all connected from your daddy. Duh.
You your daddy, child.
So we're gonna have all those conversations because I want it to be transparency. There are no hidden secrets that one day your auntie gonna tell you 10 years, like, you know that your mama didn't carry you. What was the other one, girl?
Y'all know. Oh my goodness. I know we can all think about some family secret that we had to find out that like rocked our world.
Right. So like we're gonna take care of it here. So Harper can be like, thanks.
I got that. I got
that when I was like 4.
You're behind. Yeah.
So like, I mean, I think the representation within your household and your affection, all that should start now. I don't know like why you would hide it anyway, because it's natural. You love each other. You guys want to cuddle, do all that. So do it in front of your child. And then as they get ready to get into the world, start having those conversations about race, about sexuality, about different family dynamics, because honestly, what we're doing today is going to affect our kids in their adult life.
Oh my goodness, totally. And just to touch on affection, because I really do feel like some people are going to feel different ways about it. When we say affection, like we hug in front of Harper, we peck in front of Harper, like we'll cuddle, all of us will cuddle together. And I think affection is very important because people don't think so, but it really breeds confidence in your child, because if you don't show them affection as two people in love, and you don't show them affection as their child, that when they get older and the first person that shows them affection, that may not be the best person, or the best person that has best intentions for them.
True.
And because they've never felt that way before, they haven't been told those things before, that person could potentially have a very, very, very large part of their life, for good or for bad.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure you set up that confidence regardless. I am such a huge proponent of affection. I'm always holding Harper's hand. I'm always kissing her, cuddling, hugging her. And I show her that affection is just how we show love to each other, and how we show love to her.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. So that's an amazing point, actually.
You want to hug me right now, don't you? Come here. I love you. Good. I got lipstick on here.
So if you guys were just wondering, or you feel like, oh, I don't know if I should kiss my partner in front of my child, just do it. Like, live your life. Do what makes you happy, regardless, same sex, opposite sex, whatever. Just show love, That's just my opinion,
And then so let's discuss, because just real quick, if you have older children.
Okay.
So if you came into a situation where you maybe have an older child, 13, 14, 15, and you had this child from a previous relationship, and now you're in a new relationship, you guys are all moving in together, like how do you manage that? So something that, because we recognize that it's easier because we've both been with Harper from the beginning, but some of you all are blending families, and it can be different. But I still believe the same thing, that you still should be transparent, because children at any age know.
Right.
They already know what's going on. They already know the situation, and the more you're honest and open with them about it, I think they appreciate that.
And I think I want to stress, have conversations with your kids. Forget all the birds and the bees. That's old. There's no birds and the bees.
I never had a birds and the bees conversation.
Let's be real with our kids. It's not a guy has a penis, a woman has a vagina.
Yeah.
A sperm and an egg will create a baby.
We don't, and I know, I got in a huge argument with my little sister about that. About using like different terms for your private parts. I'm not like into like calling her, she has a vagina, and she's just gonna know her body parts. So no one else can tell her anything else about her. She gonna hear it from mama first.
Right. So like, it's just being very open and honest with your kids. I know there are some age levels, of course, of maturity and understanding. So of course you can't lay it all on a 1-year-old and expect to remember. You know your child, you know the capacity of what they can endure from what you're telling them. So when you feel like they could take on a little bit, okay, what is this? What's this body part? What am I touching? Or what this person has that's different from me? Like, have those conversations. Don't, the birds and the bees, girl, what does that even mean anyway?
Because birds and bees don't even interact in that way. Where did they come from?
I don't even know.
Because, pollen is a type of sperm.
You know what? Anyway, I hope this helps somebody out. But yeah, so Harper knows that she has not 1, not 2, but 3 gay parents. So, she's going to see it all. And for me, I just feel like we are raising a very amazing, phenomenal human that's going to love people for who they are and not judge.
She's going to have all the tools in her toolbox to communicate effectively. It may bite us when she's older. Yes. She wants to communicate with us about the things she will not and will not do. But I want to make sure she's set up for life and accepting other people, because they say be the change you want to see in the world. I think that really does start with your children.
Amen, amen. Come on, somebody.
Oh, I thought we were gonna cheer. Yeah. Okay.
Lady, y'all.
Okay, you start this one.
I started the last one. I started the last one.
Okay.
Lady, y'all.
All right, y'all.